Hey folks, it's a numinous time to be alive right now. So this year 2025 is the year of the snake in the Chinese cosmology, which means that we should all be ready to shed our skin. It's a moment in time where we're standing at the edge of a transformation like no other, as renewal comes when we leave behind old patterns that no longer serve us. And like the Fool in the tarot deck, we are standing at the edge of our own becoming. It's the launch of a new journey as we step into the unknown, and that means for all of us. So you've got plenty of company, that's for sure. Now, this month of March is really the start of the new year, and the fact is that it is the most significant astrological month this year, and we are fast approaching the point of the vernal equinox, which signals the start of Aries on March 20th. Traditionally, this is the beginning of the zodiac, as Aries is the first sign. And this time of year for much of the world is associated with the beginning of spring. Now that was the new year until the Romans and later the Catholic Church made adjustments for their own convenience and shifted things around. Think about it. Aries, bursting forth, the first sign of the zodiac, signifies the beginning of spring after the first quarter of the year coming out of winter with the vernal equinox. And what is different about this year is that 10 days later, the outer planet Neptune will be moving for the first time, I might add, into the sign of Aries when it crosses over 0 degrees of Aries. Think about the planet Neptune and what it symbolizes. It is the high spiritual planet, and it's about our dreams, the unconscious and the subconscious, imaginings, realities, mystical realities, and spiritual truths. And at this point in time, we all need to have at least one foot in that world as we are facing stark truths about the reality that we live in. So we have an opportunity now to face our conscious selves in a new way, actively engaging with this new currency, which is our consciousness. And that's the journey and adventure that you want to invest in. So how much of the fullness of your consciousness can you reveal to yourself? That is the question. Now, by definition, consciousness is about how many levels of reality and understanding we can become aware of in ourselves or in our environment at once. Then, after Neptune moves into Aries, the planet Saturn, which allows us to learn about ourselves through restrictions and limitations, will follow, crossing 0 degrees of Aries on May 25th. And it will help to make those dreams and visions a concrete reality, as Saturn loves nothing better than to build structure into reality. This combination of both Saturn and Neptune may feel uncomfortable at first, as fears may arise, but it is about letting go of old patternings, ways of being and doing things. And as time passes, there will come understandings about just how to approach a new vision for your reality and in the world at large. At first, it is more mystical and dreamy than practical, as it will be bleeding through to us and may unsettle and astound us at the same time. But this combination definitely carries the seeds of our becoming. And all against the backdrop of Aries, which is truly about grabbing what you want by the horns, as it signifies the actions that are the genesis of everything. This isn't going to be anything you've ever seen before. The basic premise underlying is that your I am is shifting now. Shortly thereafter, to help us expand into this new awareness with some level of emotional ease, will be the newness of Jupiter gracing us with its benevolent touch as it enters Cancer on June 10th. Keep in mind that Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, which means it thrives there and really supports Cancerian themes of emotional intelligence, being compassionate, and nurturing connection with others. This will help to ground the other energies in the home that is our body. We'll begin to feel more comfortable with these new energies, and the truth of who we are will naturally arise from our gut, kicking in to help us make sense of the reality around us. Now, 2025 is also a 0 reset year. The outer planets, Neptune, Pluto, and Uranus, are stealing the show, and they will show you, as they are what really separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. It's really a brave new world we are entering into, as not only is Neptune moving into Aries for the first time, But Pluto, the planet of deep transformation and regeneration since the end of last year, is now fully into the sign of Aquarius. And for many, this is taken to signify the beginning of the long-awaited age of Aquarius as we move along through the procession of equinoxes and out of the age of Pisces and Piscean themes, which have characterized the last approximately 2,000 years. And then, if that wasn't enough, Uranus, the planet of revolution, evolution, radical ideas and rebellion, all those rolling R's, is moving into the sign of Gemini on July 7. Now, anytime an outer planet moves into a new sign, we as the collective get taken along on a ride as the planet finds its bearings with new experiences in the landscape that sign represents. And the experiences of these planets as they enter into new signs are fresh and unexpected. Something novel like we have never seen before is happening. So keep in mind that Aquarius, Aries, and Gemini are all in harmonious 60-degree sextile relationship to each other. So what it means is that these transiting planets are all about action as they're coming out of long stints in passive signs like Capricorn, Pisces, and Taurus. That means they're all actively working together as a harmonious unit, propelling us along into a new reality, whether we like it or not. And if that wasn't enough, it's also the end of the Kali Yuga in the Hindu yogic astronomy tradition, which is based on galactic cycles that are ending at this time. So according to Hinduism, the end of this world cycle is characterized by a new one starting that speaks to a completely different emphasis for humanity moving forwards everywhere. The Kali Yuga was about sinking to the lowest level of human possibility, and now we are rising above into a world age where the human mind will know its highest potential and life will become more joyful as we enter the Krita or Satya Yuga. So we can take refuge from all of this by expanding our consciousness such that it can be like our psychological and emotional armor, defending us against an ever-shifting landscape where it can be hard to get our bearings in the way that we once did. We may not like what we see around us, but by taking this approach, we will at least know how to orient ourselves in time and space in relation to the changing world we live in. Now, everything is moving forward so quickly. At this time, it's like warp speed. So, on a more practical level, how to cope. Now, I'd like you to close your eyes for a moment while you visualize what I'm about to say. The strategy I suggest is to imagine your favorite landscape, the kind that energizes you, and be sure to conjure up in your body how good this landscape makes you feel. Really feel into the essence of that and experience it as physical sensations in your body. So you're standing there on it or by it, and it's as though two huge hands are scooping you up with that piece of your favorite landscape. Now imagine a translucent bubble being placed over you, and picture these giant hands lifting you above the chaos you see around you. This is your bubble reality that shelters you as you move forward, shifting and being shifted in an alchemical way with grace and ease into this new reality that is unfolding around you if you have eyes to see. So you are in the world, but a part of you, your consciousness is residing above it and being sheltered. Now, more than ever, we really do create the reality around us. And it's up to us to program not only what our own future looks like, but what the world we want for ourselves in the future to be. And as the world we live in third dimensional reality, feels like it is falling away from how we once knew it to be, at the same time, fifth dimensional reality consciousness is coming into play. And what does that look like for you? Well, think about how you would like to create your own future. Make it magical. A future where you thrive with vitality. And while you're at it, imagine that for everyone else around you and for the world at large. Now, don't worry if it's not perfect. Just continue to invest in yourself over and over and over.